All right, y'all, welcome back to my channel. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're gonna be talking about the LeBron 23. I finally picked a pair up. In some of my past videos, I've kind of shit on this shoe a little bit, but I decided to finally pull the trigger on the grand opening colorway. Yeah, off the bat, I mean, initial summary, this is a really good shoe. I really like what they've done with this sneaker, and I definitely recommend people selecting this shoe as a top performer. If you're looking for a performance shoe and you really value cushion, I would say if cushion is your main staple of what you look for in a shoe, LeBrons have always had that. That's kind of been their signature selling point, I feel like. Support has gotten a lot better on LeBrons. I mean, the older ones, like up until the 20th is when they really started to change towards the modern low top-ish kind of sneaker for basketball. And I think that this shoe really impressed me. You know, I was initially hating on it at first because I saw so many people complain about the quality. I mean, I wore these once so far, and the stitching is already kind of opening, but I know for a fact that's just kind of a defect with the shoe. I don't think it's gonna really affect it over time, but I just decided, I was like, you know, if they tear in half or whatever, that just gives you a right to return them, and Nike's pretty good about, you know, if a shoe breaks in half or whatever, just using it normally, they usually take care of you, so I'm not really worried about that at all. But off the bat, no, I love this shoe. You know, this is a special, you can really tell they definitely put some effort into this. I just like how different it is, you know. At first when I first saw this shoe, I saw that Miami Twice colorway, and I really liked that one a lot. But then, yeah, I just saw the quality wasn't great, and I was like, and then over time, you know, these just grew on me. And seeing LeBron get ready for the playoffs in this colorway in particular, I was like, okay, I need him. You know, I'm not really like a LeBron Blazer or anything like that, but he is the greatest. I think he's the greatest athlete of all time. I don't know what else he really has to do to prove that. But as far as basketball goes, I mean, Michael Jordan is the most winning, you know, he's the best winner in basketball. We can say that about Michael Jordan, but I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I think LeBron clears Michael Jordan, and I don't think there's even a reason to debate it. I don't know why people are so hard to admit that. You know, this is a new era, and LeBron is 41, and he's better than anybody that enters the league. It's kind of crazy, you know, to be doing it that long. But anyway, back to the shoes. Like I said, this shoe out of 10 is about a 8.5, 9. You know, I really like it. But as far as, you know, if you're looking for a shoe, a cushion is what you're after, I don't think it's going to get more comfortable than this, just as far as cushion goes. I'm not talking about bounce. I'm not talking about anything else. It's really cushion, like if you care about that underfoot, you know, compression, this shoe just feels really special in that way. And it's better than the 22s, the 20s, the 21s as far as cushioning goes. So here is the insole, the midsole, I mean. This is a drop-in midsole. It's got all of his, so there's all 23 different colorways of this shoe. Each one has a different charm to it, I guess. And a little logo on each one of the shoes they made, celebrating each of his achievements. You know, if this is his last season, then they're really going out with a bang here. So the thing that really blew me away was the packaging with this sneaker. It's insane. They send you this box, and you think like a PC would come in it because the box is so huge. But it's actually just the shoe. Like, the box is insane. It's like this big. I had to get rid of it because I have no room for it. And it's like you can tell they put effort into it. You know, I know the packaging is probably a little bit gimmicky to some people, but if you just think about logistics-wise, how many pairs of these shoes they're selling, they could have easily just put it in one of the cheap little Nike boxes, but they decided to really go all out with this shoe and tell a story. And I'm pretty sure, you know, LeBron, I don't know how recently he changed his logo, but I think that's his new logo. And these little bumps on the midsole, I wouldn't say they prevent your foot from sliding around, but they give it a really nice tactile feel. And for me, the reason why I love basketball shoes so much in particular is because I feel like the foundation of basketball is your feet. And if you're not feeling the ground, if you're not feeling like where your feet are on the ground, it just throws off everything, right? Its balance comes from your feet and everything up, right? It's legs up. Like shooting is legs up. It's no part of this game starts with your upper body. It's from the ground up. And these little bumps, to me, I really felt them as I was playing, and I really like the way that they feel. So I guess as far as the tech specs go, they have a Cushlon 3.0 carrier, which is just a little bit more denser foam, and the Zoom X is really, really soft, and that's what's under your foot directly. Now, one thing to note, I saw other people saying how this part of the midsole was digging into their feet. For me, that was definitely true. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie. It was definitely true, but I double socked, and it pretty much took care of it completely. And that's another part I'll get into in the fit. So, getting a little bit carried away, but this is the carbon fiber. I don't know if this is real carbon fiber. It's probably just some hard plastic because they kind of, like, look at that. That's just like painted on there. It's not, but it feels hard enough to where it's supportive enough, and I'm not mad if they didn't use real carbon fiber, but who cares? So yeah, as far as the cushion goes, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, or maybe 9.5, just because of the fact that the midsole does dig into your foot a little bit. But my suggestion with a lot of basketball shoes, right? These are cheap shoes. These are made for nothing in the factory. They're not gonna be perfect, right? Double socking takes care of so many problems, fit, little things digging in your feet, a lot of things. The only thing with these shoes is when I was double socking, I couldn't tie the laces down as much because my foot was really filling out the shoe, so my foot started to get a little bit, like I had to take them off and loosen them a little bit, that type of deal. So as far as cushion goes, that's the staple of the shoe. I'd give it a 9.5, just the fact that they could have sculpted the sole a little bit better, and you can hear it kind of squeak as you're playing it because it's not perfectly fit to the shoe, which is, you know, it is what it is. This shoe is great. It's kind of like a Kobe almost, but they still kept that LeBron signature to it, like what he likes in a shoe, that cushion. You know, Kobe was more low to the ground, more running shoe. This is like more of a basketball shoe turned Kobe. And what I really like is just, it's so different to me. Like this design, this whole crown shaped outsole, I really just, it grew on me. It took a little bit, but it definitely grew on me. And I wanted to get this video out because I do have the elite version coming. I got the For the Record colorway, which is that purple one he just wore in the playoff debut. And I wanted to be able to compare the two to see if it's really worth the upgrade, you know? So, yeah, as far as the cushion goes, 9.5, like I just said. Moving on to the fit of the shoe. I went with my true size, my 13. You know, some Nikes I've been going with the 14 and just double socking in because they fit a little bit snug, but these ones definitely go with their true size. They fit a little bit big, but I would say not big enough that you have to go down half a size. I would say just big enough that you might have to double sock, which I think everybody should be doing anyway. It's really good for your feet to have, you know, more than one sock on. Just prevents blistering, prevents so much stuff, and keeps your feet healthy. So I think everybody should be double socking to begin with. But that's neither here nor there. So this, I guess, just going into the shoe more. The materials, you have his old logo. So each one of the 23s has some different symbol here, which is, you know, one of the achievements or accolades they made for the shoe after. So this was his like old original logo, and this shoe is actually based off of his first ever shoe he wore, I guess, but it's not that similar to it, I guess. And then on this colorway in particular, you have like a lion print up here. I wasn't sure what this was, but it's a lion print. This shoe came with a pair of red laces and this other pair of laces that I don't even think are shoelaces. It felt like some type of like hemp string. Like those were just thrown away. But the red laces, I like the white on these. I wouldn't put the red. It just kind of doesn't, it's a bright red. It doesn't match this red here. I like the white laces, it just keeps the upper clean. On the insole, you have October 29, 2003. I think that was the first game. So, the materials go. they're quality, right? That you can tell that this is a quality shoe. Like, I know I said they were cheap, whatever, but this is something that they put a little bit of effort into, and the materials are definitely not skimpy. I would just say the construction of this shoe is what they kind of cheaped out on, or maybe they focused too much on the design rather than the construction of the shoe. But that's why I got the Elites, because I think that they fixed a lot of that. But I'm a sucker for gold. And on this, you have one says 2 and the other one says 3, and then it says best ever in the little letters. But it just looks so premium to me, you know? And some of them have like this, but on this part here. So yeah, the materials though, they are firm. They're gonna take some time to break in. Now this is one thing I wanted to ask, because I don't know if it's just the LeBrons. So the LeBrons use a sphere, they call it, type of cushioning, where it's just foam, but there's cut out holes in it so you can breathe better. But what I've found with a lot of these Nike, the foam in the heels lately, is if I get the shoe and I double sock in it that first time that I wear it, and that heel kind of, I don't know if it compresses or what the deal is. I think that's probably what it is. But if I take off the double socks, just go one sock, it feels like it feels like the heel padding went away a little bit, and now I have to double sock to wear the shoe, which isn't a big deal, but I just want to know if anybody else has thought like that, or if I'm just kind of thinking too much about it. But I definitely think that's real. And I don't know if it's with the LeBrons, because my 20s kind of did the same thing, where the heel padding just kind of compressed over time, and you have to double sock just to get that fit right. But yeah, as far as playability goes in this shoe, it's a little bit heavy, it's a little bit clunky, because that midsole is just really thick. And I don't know, I love playing in them. I love like running in them. This outer flange right here gives you pretty much all of that forefoot stability that you need. And you can really like push down on that forefoot in these and feel really comfortable. I wouldn't say you feel that bouncy compared to other shoes. This isn't the bounciest shoe out there, but as far as like protecting the old knees go and just like cushion, the cushion on these is crazy. It is really nice. That Zoom X insole, it's not React X, it's Zoom X. It's very nice. So yeah, I'm excited to try the 23 Elites, see how they did differently. I think, you know, a lot of people were complaining about the tongue digging into your foot, but I didn't have that problem. I know I did have a problem like that with the older model LeBrons, like the 18s. I couldn't even wear because they were the tongue was so hard into my lower leg. But yeah, this is a really nice shoe. I just love what they did with this. You know, this feels like such a special shoe. You know, every shoe you get, it comes in the same box. There's not really anything special about it. But these just felt different to me with the packaging, everything. It just felt like an experience, right? Compared to all the other shoes I have, it's like, this one just stands out to me. And yeah, if this is the last shoe LeBron ever wears in the court, the value's gonna go up on them. You know, they're on sale. I would definitely say, don't pay full price for these right now. You don't have to. They're gonna go on sale soon. Because a lot of the colorways are kind of goofy looking. Those are the ones that are probably gonna go on sale. I would say don't pay full price for these yet. Definitely wait. I didn't pay full price for these, but you know, if you want to, the Elites are only 20 something bucks more, and they've got better stitching on the bottom. They've got that fly knit upper. Those would be the way to go. You know, you're already there at 210. You might as well just go to 235 and get a much more premium made shoe. But that review will come soon. I'm going to compare the two in the video. But as far as playability goes, it's a sick shoe. Now, one thing I want to ask you guys about is, or whoever's watching this video, I have a theory about why all these players nowadays aren't playing against each other. Like, it seems like LeBron and KD don't want to play. Like, there's some type of big money contract behind the scenes where these players so many of them now are signed to the same shoe brand, and they get traded to the same team. You got Harden and Donovan Mitchell. You got Darius Garland, Kawhi Leonard, But LeBron and KD not facing up against each other, I think that it's some type of marketing thing where if LeBron goes off, KD has a bad game, people are going to start siding with buying LeBron shoes more. Maybe it's not that simple. Maybe it's just their contracts don't let them, because they barely play each other. Every time they do, somebody's injured. And I feel like basketball right now it's such a highlight sport it's become, because it's so low effort. Like the playoffs, they definitely feel better than the regular season, but it's not, you used to be able to watch basketball, watch the whole game and be into it every possession. Now it's like a game's not even worth watching unless it's close to the end and there's some crazy buzzer beater. And then we're kind of like desensitized to good basketball nowadays. I feel like our idea of good basketball is that final 3 minutes where it just goes crazy and you're only really into it in that time. And I think partially it is that effort piece that these players aren't putting in the effort. It's kind of hard to watch, but that can be another video. Just kind of wanted to throw that out there because I doubt that Kevin Durant is really injured. It's just too convenient. But yeah, as far as like $210 shoe goes, wouldn't pay that for these just because the construction of them. But if you can get a good deal on them and you find a colorway you like, you're not going to be mad playing in these. These feel really nice on your feet, especially if you get the fit right. You can try them on in the store. Definitely do that. But I think too, basketball shoes to me, when you sit around and you rate shoes so specifically on this and that, it's kind of pathetic because like these players some of them play in Skechers, some of them play in junk shoes. Like it really shouldn't affect your game. You should just build up the strength to be like, I can put on any shoe and dunk and get buckets. But you're buying shoes because you like them. If you do, if this is your thing, then. But as far as my opinions go, this shoe overall is about an 8 or 9 out of 10. And I like to rate shoes high because I just love shoes. I'm not going to give a shoe a 4 out of 10 unless it's the Shea ones. That shoe sucked. But then again, the looks-wise in that shoe, it's like a 9 out of 10 because, anyway, love this shoe. This was really the only colorway that resonated with me. A lot of the other ones are cool. A lot of the PEs are cool, but this one in particular was just a must cop. And yeah, I'm excited to just keep getting work in these. And yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything like to watch out with these shoes. Traction-wise, traction is solid. There's nothing really to worry about with the traction. And like I said, that 4-foot flange really gives you a lot of confidence stepping into it, like knowing your foot's not going to really roll over that, and you can push down really hard there. But yeah, traction, I'm on a really dusty court. I didn't have to wipe once or anything. And even just now pushing my foot in the ground, these don't move at all. And I like translucent rubber more than solid rubber. So I would definitely suggest these as, they're right up there in my books with I would say these are right there with the AE2. As far as performance goes, you got the bounce, you've got the weight is pretty much the same, I feel like. Just feel-wise, I'm not going to weigh out a shoe. That's just stupid. But I feel like if I had to compare these to a shoe, these are like the AE2. But instead of bounce, you're getting that cushion, that landing softness, right? And the AE2 has that bounce. But as far as everything else goes, like they just feel similar to AE2 without that bounce, just that cushion instead. And it's kind of a trade-off that you have to decide. If you're deciding between the two, just say if you want cushion, LeBron. If you want bounce, it's the AE2. But as far as Nike's lineup goes right now, this is easily the best one they got. The Book 2s are horrible. Don't even try them. Jaw 3s. I did make a video on the Jaw 3s, and I honestly wasn't as aware of how terrible they were when I made that. So those are awful shoes. Like, I don't know if it was that colorway and the materials on that were so cheap, but the materials did not break in, and it felt like you're wearing cardboard shoes, the tongue was so bad. So Jaw 3s are terrible. But this is Nike's best shoe right now, and it should be because it's the most expensive one. Definitely better than the Jordan 40. Yeah, but this, I mean, as far as cushion goes, bounce, obviously Jordan 40, but cushion, like, very soft shoe, very soft shoe. It feels very nice to play in, so. Yeah, and if you're a LeBron fan, like, this is the best packaging we've gotten, maybe on any sneaker ever. It's like opening when you used to see those exclusive boxes they send to like Jock Slade, all these different YouTubers and stuff, those big, like, came with an Xbox and stuff, or the Kyrie cereal packs, like that stuff. That's what it felt like when I bought this box. The box was so big, and it was a unique experience. So for that reason alone, I really recommend the shoe. But yeah, thanks for watching.